Multiplayer games have rules. No, I'm not talking about the ones written in the manual inside the game case. Oh, wait. Some of y'all may not been old enough to remember when games actually had manuals. Tragic. But whether you're an OG in the social gaming scene, running it back on a classic with your siblings, or you're prepping your first local gaming party, there's an unspoken code of conduct that applies in almost every situation. Let's talk about it. What is good, y'all? It is the Young King Ken, and I'm here to discuss 10 unspoken rules when playing multiplayer games. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Rule number 1, read the room of skill. If everyone, including yourself, is skilled, go ahead and have those sweat matches. You gotta show the people why esports tournaments reek of smell. That was a joke, by the way, sort of. Please shower and use deodorant before going to an event, please. If you're a very good player and the folks in the room aren't, take it easy on them. Now, I'm not a pushover, so if they start talking smack, go on the attack and make sure they don't talk back. Rule number 2, respect the house rules. The best game to represent this is with Uno, because each group I play with has their own set of rules. Whether it be stacking doubles or drawing until I find the playable card, when you are visiting, you abide by the host's rules until it has been agreed by said host to change. I believe this is pretty self-explanatory. Rule number 3, player 1 is usually the host, therefore gets the best controller. If you actually think I'm going to give my visitors, aka my potential competition, my best controllers, then they got another thing coming. You might even be the younger sibling who has to own the third-party controller where there's slight drift on the analog stick. Now, the only solution to this is to bring your own sticks. That way you and your friends are on an even playing field. They may even have to do that anyways nowadays with how expensive controllers has gotten. They cost damn near a whole game. Rule number 4, respect when characters are off limits. Whenever me and my close friends hang out to play Smash Ultimate, we don't use our mains until the very final match. That's true when you have a bunch of people play the game. If your skill level is above everyone else, don't be using your main. Better yet, your secondaries. This is not the finals at EVO. Oh, wait, forgot. We don't get Smash at EVO anymore. Thanks, Nintendo. We want to level the playing field so people don't rage quit. We're all here to have a good time. Rule number 5, pass the controller if you're in last place, or in first for too long. If the number of people at the house exceeds the amount of players available, then a swap in-out method is necessary. If the house is skilled, then it's usually the one in last place that swaps out. But if they are not, then first place gotta swap out. And you keep that mess in rotation until somebody gotta go. Rule number 6, no screen watching allowed in versus play. Those shooters like Call of Duty back in the day had split screen modes, and usually people were playing 1v1s. We didn't trust each other so much, we created contraptions to avoid having to look at the other player's screens. In co-op modes like COD Zombies, it's a different story as you're trying to work together to win or survive as a team. In this case, I can see if you're messing up or not, or if we need a certain objective done. Rule number 7, if someone says one more match, multiply that number by 50. Hope you didn't have plans in the morning, because you're definitely missing out on that meeting, errand, or routine you had planned. Especially if those matches are getting competitively good. You and your buddy ain't going nowhere. I once stayed over at a friend's place and was going to call it at midnight and said one more match. 5 hours later, I had that final match. Rule number 8, if someone is about to win, everyone else must form an unspoken alliance to stop them. First place is public enemy number 1. Pettiness enters the chat, and you must do whatever it takes to stop the guy on a winning streak. If you are taking turns, be the guy who studies every move and action the top player does, as it will be a great hint on how to stop them. This is a great method to make or break a few friendships. Great if you're not in first place, sucks if you're the one they're forming an alliance against. Or maybe good if you want that practice. Rule number 9. If it's a co-op game, sharing is caring. If you have 50 health potions to your partner's 1, then for optimal success, you must share your findings. I don't know how many situations I come across where I'm in the thick of battle and all of a sudden I mess up and get the short end of the stick and my partner doesn't do anything to help me. Like, what the hell? Like, we're a team here. And rule number 10, don't spam moves to get the victory. Whenever you're staying at a friend or at a significant other's place and y'all are gaming, just know that that activity, you're growing that relationship. Don't do anything to ruin it. For example, don't spam or repeat attacks to get the victory. The only exception is if you have no clue what you're doing. For that fact, don't be an annoying player. There's a difference between getting that dub and then teabagging, which is usually a norm in most games, and downright using annoying techniques or even cheating. Cheating is bad unless you got that game shark. It comes in handy. But if you really can't tell the lines between playfulness and annoyance, read the room. If the other player looks like they're about to snap and be a victim of one of those Twitch rage compilations, ease off the brakes, buddy. If you follow these 10 rules, then you should be okay. But they're not the only rules. I want to hear more unspoken rules in the comments. Thank you for watching. If we could get this video to 30 likes, then I will drop a part 2. Also, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe and hit that notification bell as I make plenty of gaming and anime related content. I also do YouTube shorts, streams, and more. And until I release the next one, I will need y'all to keep our kingdom seasoned. Y'all.